Alright, boys and girls, we have our game, our best of three. The first one, the first map is Frost, and I'm pretty excited for this particular match because it's Xenocider starting to the top right here in orange, going up against CatZ. And that is a pretty cool match. It's the fourth or third round in the WCS America Qualifier, and it should be a really intense best of three between the two of them. So both were very close, especially Xenocider, to qualify in the last qualifier. Xenocider went all the way to the final match that he had to win, and then he lost against Coma, a Canadian player. Now he is up against Gunrun, aka CatZ. And just in general, I have to say that the Canadians in the last qualifier did really well. Over 4 players that qualified, 3 were Canadian, so that was pretty insane. So Canada is absolutely going crazy with StarCraft 2, it seems. America itself struggling there a little bit, but right now we have 2 of them facing each other, and it should, as I already mentioned, be a pretty cool game. Xenocider, still pretty young, pretty cool player, very outspoken, and I don't think I really have to say too much about CatZ. This guy has done so much for the community and has been a streamer for like ages, doing a really great job there. We have to the top left currently his main, and of course the natural started first here with the hatch first. The drone is still on the move, and a little bit unfortunate for CatZ that he scouted into the wrong direction first, so it's going to take him quite some time to find out what's happening here, whereas we have his opponent already with the command center on the high ground going straight into the barracks, and the Overlord is going to find out about that and is probably not going to be too happy. Yep, he's going to see that in just a second, so the drone will make its way over either to the top right if he wants to maybe even proxy a hatch, which he did in the past, or he's just going to go home. And it looks like he might actually go for a proxy hatch, because to be quite honest with you, why else would you send that drone over if you already know that there is a wall and that you can't get into his opponent's main base? So he doesn't have the resources just yet, but he's hiding here just for now, and that is a build that he has done several times, and I actually did also on this particular build a tutorial where I talked with him quite a bit. It's all about the response of the Terran player, and of course early detection is half the battle, and Xenocider sees what's happening right away. A big mistake is to try and go into factory and just kill it with siege tanks. You need to start the best thing is double barracks. That you start a second barracks and that you get your own marines into the game, also then with a bunker on the low ground. But the second barracks is really important, because what's going to happen right now is that CatZ is going to send Zerglings over, and that's what he's already doing. He will try to build a queen right there, and with 1-2 marines you can't take that hatch down. So that is a big problem. So we will see queens, we will see a couple of tumors here, and you kind of need that second barracks. CatZ says that even if he is taken out with this, if his opponent doesn't go into a second barracks right away, he is still absolutely okay with the trade that he's going for. So he will be pretty happy about this, because we have only a factory building right now for Xenocider. That bunker is ready, but the lings are still waiting there, and you can crack that bunker. That is not really the problem. Even if you just wait for the hatch to die, you can use those brainlings, not the brainlings, but like the brootlings, and take that down. Queen is started, as you can already see. There come those additional Zerglings, and he's waiting just for the rest, moving in with the lings already, trying to flank that bunker from 2 sides. And this bunker is gonna die eventually. So a couple of SCVs are there, immediately being attacked. 1 SCV down, the second SCV also going down, still repairing though. More lings moving in, and that might actually just be enough for CatZ to save that bunker. I'm not quite sure if CatZ is able to kill them. For Xenocider to save the bunker, and the bunker goes down eventually, but the first spine crawler has already been started, and that queen is going to pop out as well. It's going to be close, but it's there, and immediately we have the creep tumor placed, and this is going to delay the expansion for so long, and all of those marines are suddenly gone. The marines are down, and this is when things are really starting to get serious, because now he can still rally units across the map. That's a lot of resources lost already. The creep tumor is there, he can spread those out. The spine crawler is also coming into play, and this is exactly the scenario that you try to avoid. The siege tank finally in the battle, but also a couple of SCVs have been annihilated at this point, and he is just building those creep tumors everywhere, making sure that he is delaying this base for as long as he possibly can, while he's still mining from 2 bases. He has his economy so far in a pretty decent spot, and Xenocider is looking at a very awkward situation that is very difficult for him to deal with. So looking at this, we have 27 drones against 32 SCVs, definitely giving Xenocider the lead here in this regard, but the natural is going to be an issue. And moving down here is going to be very problematic against the Spine Crawler. You have to utilize that siege tank, but you can always move outside the range just a little bit, and this is exactly what he's doing. Moving behind the mineral line, second siege tank coming in, but this is all costing time. And you spread the creep down away from your opponent's base, which is absolutely awesome for you. Because in a situation like this, it's so much better for you to really get the creep going everywhere, and for the Terran to really dedicate the scans that he needs to counter that. It's just very annoying. Ling's running in, trying to catch that siege tank off guard, going for the Marines instead, moving back once again, and he can just spread the creep even farther to the left side of the map. So you're so much faster off spreading the creep throughout the entire map with this, and the entire exercise works really well so far. Yes, right now Xenocider has a bit of a lead in what he has there, but the question is always, how long is that gonna last? Like, how long are you able to really get this advantage in the game? Because you need to get this expansion at some point. With the lava mechanics kicking in on 2 bases, CatZ is gonna take a Harvester lead and will take a lead in the income. Where's that active creep tumor, by the way? I think it's already gone. Not quite sure how he killed that. Maybe cancel that by accident, but as is, that creep is completely going to recede. Maybe it dropped the second scan that I didn't see. But yeah, we have already the Spire started, we have 2 base Mutalisks coming in, and that is a very traditional follow-up for CatZ if he goes for a build like this. It could have worked even a little bit better for him, and Xenocider has defended quite decentish against it, but it's just the second base that is so unbelievably late. And CatZ will most likely take a 3rd base quite soon. There's a lot of gas already, and let's see how well he can just set up against this in general. So decent moves here, and a very interesting start into the best of 3 series if you ask me, but that's something that you also kind of used to when you're playing against CatZ frequently, which has to be the case on the American ladder. A nice move out here with the orbital command to the left side, trying to make that work, and that gives him the income a lot faster than would have been possible for him to achieve with just having to force that creep back, which he finally did. But maybe, oh my god, he could catch the siege tanks here. He could catch the siege tanks, and he catches one, and he might catch another one. He's going down on that siege tank. Yep, 2 siege tanks. Oh, no. Yeah, loses only 1 siege tank so far. Okay. A little bit better than expected, but now the Mutalisk defense is going to be the crucial part of this game. Can he make that work? Xenocider has a lot of supply on the other hand, army supply that is, 40 against 32, and he's moving that supply across the map now. He is in a position where Stim is completed, Combat Shield is about to be done, well actually it's just started. So looking at that, we will maybe see Xenocider just pull through and force a fight that CatZ will be struggling against to win. We have Mutalisks moving in right now. He wants to kill this army, and he goes straight into the Marines. He's just killing the Marines, yet even with the Stim, he just can't kill them. A couple of the Mutalisks go down, yep, but now it's suddenly time for the Mutas to chase siege tanks, and he's killing 1, he's killing 2, he's killing 3, he's killing way too many, and that is where Xenocider is really starting to fall apart a little bit. He is suffering severe losses here. All of the Marauders are gone, and the few Marines that are finally there, they are not enough to really keep those Mutalisks at bay. They can do a bit, but they cannot do enough. Xenocider, with resources lost, is starting to fall behind a little bit. And against the Zerg, that's never a good idea. Suddenly the production is being camped here, and CatZ already expanding again a little bit farther away from his own base. We even have now the main base being attacked. Zerglings going up against the SCVs. More Marines being taken out. Nice migrator being used. And as soon as the rest of the units are in there, it's going to be a completely different story. But a bad waypoint here for CatZ. Loses all of his 3 Mutalisks there without any reason, so the waypoint totally screwing up, and that is very bad for him. Like, that might in the end result in Xenocider winning the game after all, or at least taking that lead here. We have a couple of Widow Mines now. 1 is taken out, the rest, yep, the rest goes immediately to town, but there's the GG inevitable, since there is just not enough for Xenocider in the main base to deal with the Mutalisks, and the next wave already on the way. We have CatZ taking the 1-0 lead in the series with a proxy hatch once again. Congratulations, but it's only half the battle. He needs to win another game, and Xenocider has still a chance to win 2 back-to-back and then advance to the next round of the WCS America Qualifier.